Hi, this is Shannah, and this is another pick a card reading. This one is called The Road Ahead. We've just entered a new astrological cycle, and I've been trying to do this video for the last 2 days. I was only able to do it today, and especially because of the situation we're living right now, so I had to rearrange my life as well. And although my readings are usually timeless, this one will relate to the situation we're living right now. But if you are watching this in another timeline, and it will be the past, then try to watch it and maybe it will resonate with you nevertheless. And this introduction will take a bit longer, so if you'd like to pass to the readings immediately, I understand that. So this is pile number 1, Yin, the Sun. Pile number 2, Illustre, New Beginnings. Then we have pile number 3, Aphrodite. And then we have Kuan Yin, Compassion. This is romantic love. So if you'd like to go to the reading immediately, then you can choose a pile, and the timestamps will be in the description box below. For others that would still like to listen to me, I would like to open up myself to you right now. I usually don't do this. But we're living a very special situation right now. And like I was saying, it took me 2 days to be able to do this reading. And it's very strange. Where I live right now, we'll start to have a curfew as of midnight. And I'm usually very positive, and actually I have like a childlike nature. I find everything always very funny and very interesting. But a curfew, I can understand, I respect it, and it is needed. But still, a part of me finds it really strange that someone can force me to stay home. I can choose to stay home, and I've done so. But to be forced to, it's strange. It's not bad. It's not evil. It's just strange, because the situations I have actually just experienced them subjectively in movies or series, in fiction or in remakes of historical situations, right? And suddenly to be in the middle of one is weird. Okay, I'll stay at home, but it's still a bit weird, the whole situation, but it's serving a higher cause, and that I find great, so that we don't have so many people infected with this new virus. And I hope that you're all safe, and I hope you're all doing okay, and that your family and friends are doing okay as well. And let's send lots of love and healing to everyone involved, which is actually all of us. Let's send love and healing to one another, right? And so this time, actually, I recorded the readings before I recorded this introduction. So especially the first 2 readings, you may feel or hear in my voice that sometimes it's a bit shaky, because sometimes I'm a bit taken with the situation and with the weight of the situation. So I can relate to everyone who is afraid. I try not to be afraid. I try to stay in my power, to stay in my trust, in my joy. But when we listen to the news, and nowadays we really have to listen to the news, you can be distressed. And happened to be this morning, I was listening to the news and suddenly I was very afraid. And, I had to talk to myself and say, being afraid doesn't solve anything and doesn't make my life easier. And with time, I was able to calm down and then the rest of the day was actually quite nice, but it's still a strange situation to come to terms with, and we all have to adapt. We all have to make the best of the situation and spread love and reach out and connect with people, especially with this wonderful technology that we have at our disposal. So none of us is really alone at this time. And if you are alone, if you feel alone, please write that on the comments below, so we can all reach out to you, so we can all talk to you, so we can all try and make you feel better. It's okay. We're all in this together. I know it's a very common thing to say nowadays, but it's so true. So if any one of you needs support, emotional support or moral support, just reach out in the comments, let us know. You can really tell us our problems. You can all really reach out and say whatever you want to say. It's okay, as long as you don't offend anyone, you don't hurt anyone, and you talk from your heart. We'll all be there for you with our hearts as well. It's okay. We can help each other through the situation. So I just wanted to put it out there. But I'm doing okay. And like I said, I'm usually very high-spirited and funny, and even through dark times. And that's what I'm trying to keep up right now. But if my voice is strange during the readings, it's because, I was feeling strange. But another thing that I would like to ask you, and now I know this is getting really long, but please bear with me, is like one thing I was thinking about was... what readings would you like to have during this time? Because I was also having doubts, like, does this make sense at all to make this kind of readings during this time? And I'm not criticizing any colleagues, not at all, because what I've noticed was that I was watching the work of other fellow card readers, and also love readings, all kinds of readings. And what I realized was that why am I doubting my own readings if they make sense? Because I'm watching them and they are entertaining and they give me hope and they give me love, and there are wonderful readers out there. It's so wonderful. And so then I just decided, okay, I'll just ask you, what kind of readings do you want? I can continue on making love readings, and I'm planning on making some entertaining videos, in order also to improve and expand your intuition, just for fun and really interesting exercises. And you can tell me what themes are really interesting to you. If you say, well, I'd like more love readings, or I like inspiring readings, or whatever, just let me know and I'll work on that, because I do this for you. Also for myself, in the sense that when I read to you, I get inspired as well. But I want you to feel inspired. I want you to feel the love. I want you to feel safe as well. I want to give you positive messages, and I'd like to know your feedback, and I'd like to know in what direction would you want me to go in this couple of weeks. And I'll do my best to do that. So this was a moment just for us, a private moment, and I hope you're doing well, like I said earlier. And I wish you all the best, and I hope you enjoy your reading. So thank you so much. So if you chose pile number 1, this is your reading. And the main message here from this reading is transformation. It comes from this card. And transformation, you're transforming your being, and in a positive way. Because we have the Fool, we have the Strength, transformation, and the 5 of Fire. Usually the 5 of Wands, but here in this deck they have a slight different meaning. And so there's a new enthusiasm in your life, there's a new passion, there's a new joy coming in. And this gives you also the strength to endure, to go through these times of hardship, of probably isolation, and through times of having to do things in another way. And we have here by the book, you have to comply to a new order, to a new system, and to do things in another way than what you're used to. And you have to respect the rules of society. You have to respect the terms of living that we are all living right now. And this can cause some chaos in your life as well. It can put your life upside down. But the cards are here inviting you to accept life as it is, right? But let's go card by card. So first we have the Fool, this enthusiasm, as I was saying. You're getting now new ideas, and you feel like you can start something new. And Strength is the card of endurance and also manifesting your dreams, manifesting your dreams into reality. And it can be a struggle because of many factors. Can also be the factors of the possibilities you have at hand, the resources you have at hand, but also like with yourself, probably do not feel ready, or it would mean a big change in your life, and you do not know if you're ready to take on that risk. And that's why we have the card of transformation. It's inviting you to let go. It's inviting you to let go of the old and welcome the new. And the new is this Five of Fire, which here means creative ideas, being open to what life is offering you right now, and to be open to people and to projects, and to be open also to your own dreams. It's like this new life, this new fire, this new passion is coming into your life. And this is also because you have, probably some of you have more time to think about what you really want, to think about what is really inside of you and what you would like to express to the world, right? So some of you may be artists, and you can be also artists in the closet, so to say. You know, you do it as a hobby, or you never dared because you didn't think you would be good enough, or so many people are doing the same. Why should I start with it? You know, but the cards are really inviting you to make friends with this artist inside and express it to the world. And this is a big opportunity for you to really let go of the old. And it's what this card here means as well. I like this card very much, even if it says chaos and conflict. But chaos and conflict are necessary, right? They are necessary in order to bring new life and a new structure into our lives. And this is the number 33. 3 is a creative number, and 33 is like bringing it to another level as well. It's also the number of the ascended masters, and ascending this mastery goes with conflict as well, you know, going beyond yourself. That's what we see here with this zebra that was disguised as a giraffe. That's how I interpret it. And now what you see is the giraffe, this camouflage, is being torn away. It's like you're finding your own true colors. You're finding your own true self. And you starting to show it to the world. You're starting to have the courage to show it to the world. And that's why the Strength card here is very important, because it's not just about having enthusiasm and being ready for something new. You also have the courage to undergo this transformation and show your creativity into the world, right? Show it to the world, show it to your friends, and bring light into the world. And that's exactly why probably you chose the sun, because the sun is all about light. It's all about shining into the world and bringing your light and being an inspiration for other people. You probably don't know how you can be an inspiration, but sometimes to inspire other people, you just have to be yourself. You just have to be, and let yourself be your true self, and then you'll shine. So I find this really, really beautiful. And if we go here again to this by the book, is doing things by the book, is doing things how they should be done, is having patience and also observing and waiting for that right timing. Again, strength is about divine timing as well here in this deck. And waiting for the right time and the right timing to bring your art, your ideas, your projects, your opinions, your way of seeing the world into life, right? And this card is also like, do your thing, you know, respect the rules, because probably you don't have any other possibility right now. So go with the flow, go with the rules, but do your thing at the same time. And this is really positive. This is such a positive message again, because we have the bee spirit, sweet results await, and we have the rainbow. Sorry, I have to clear my throat. Sorry for that, it's allergies. So we have the bee spirit and the rainbow. And these two cards are telling you that all is well. Especially the rainbow here is telling you that the end of the storm is near. So the end of this journey, and also of enduring, of having to comply to a structure or to a way of life which is not yours, or you don't really like it, but the end is near. So these are really good messages. And this the bee card, the bee spirit, talks about miracles as well, things turning out better than you were expecting, things going and flowing in a better direction than you could have ever imagined. Because this is the time for you to go within, to rediscover yourself, or discover yourself for the very first time, to get in touch with your own true nature and peeling off everything that you don't need. Everything that was weighing you down, everything that was a misrepresentation of your inner light, to strip it all away and let your real naked self shine. And this will bring beautiful results, because some of you are afraid that people won't like what they see, that they won't understand your way of being, your nature, your projects, your ideas, your vision, but they will. Because at the end of the day, you were the one standing in your own way the whole time. Be it, you know, when it comes to career, but also in personal and interpersonal connections. Because sometimes we hide ourselves, we dim our light in order to please other people, in order to fit in. And it's not like the other people are judgmental or mean. Okay, some of them maybe, but most of the time it's just in our head. We're just thinking that how can anyone like me if I show who I really am? Of course, that can have to do with wounds of the past, something that may have happened in the childhood or in the teenage years, and that leaves scars and deep wounds, and that's understandable. But the cards are inviting you now to heal, and we also have the medicine wheel. The medicine wheel is telling you to take this journey, this healing journey. You know, don't postpone it. Go within, go deep within, and acknowledge the wound, acknowledge the things that keep you from shining, and respect them. And that's like, for instance, a lesson that I'm learning as well. And this is really, I find it really beautiful and makes this healing process somewhat lighter. But it takes time, of course, like everything. But it's all about respecting your journey. That's why I say acknowledging the wound, right? Because we are taught to fight against things, fight against the pain, fight against the memories. You're always like going against something. But it just provokes a war, an inner conflict, because we feel ashamed of what happened to us or what we have done in the past, and we try to fix it. And what I'm learning, this is like part of my personal journey, and maybe you can relate to it, is there's no winning in this kind of fight. So sometimes you just have to surrender and acknowledge and respect and show respect for your own story. Show respect and feel that respect for your journey, for who you are, for all that is part of yourself. Show that respect. And the moment you surrender, the moment you show respect, all this opposition, all this shame just goes away, and you're able to integrate it, find peace with it. And then that's the moment when it makes you stronger, when it really is part of who you are. And no one can break you down, no one can tear you down anymore, because you love that part of yourself as well. I hope this makes sense to you. And this is the invitation of the cards here, is saying, don't postpone it. Just confront yourself and embrace yourself. Love yourself. Integrate every part of who you are into who you really are. And that's really, really beautiful. Now, then we have these two cards. We have the Spider Woman, co-creation, and we have Yin, the sun. So Spider Woman comes from the Navajo culture and Yin from Aboriginal culture. And Spider Woman is all about co-creating and is weaving your dreams into reality. Again, this transformation and this manifesting and this creative input that you have now, and all these miracles that are happening, this feeling okay with yourself, accepting yourself. And also here, this is the promise that everything is well and that you're on the right track. You're on the right track and you're doing everything just right. And you're creating your reality, and you can turn your dreams into reality. And I'm repeating on myself, I'm sorry for that. And with the sun, again, this is what then allows you to shine. Knowing that when you are who you really are, when you're able to open your heart and do the healing and embrace your heart, and when you're not afraid anymore of showing your true colors, this is when you truly shine. And this is your road ahead. So this is not this is not trying to find the right words. This is not a reading about what you should do, although it's sounding like that, but it's a reading of what you're doing and what you will be doing now in the next months, right? So you are on this beautiful journey of stripping away everything that you do not need anymore. You don't need that armor anymore that defends you from the world. You don't need to guard your heart as much as you thought you had to. You have a beautiful heart, and your heart wants to sing, wants to feel free, and wants to love, and wants to create. And now it's the time to set it free and let it do its thing, And this is a beautiful journey. It's a journey of freedom. It's a journey of self-love. It's a journey of discovery and expressing. And this is what is starting, or it has already started in your life, but this is what will continue, and it will become stronger and stronger. And in 3 months' time, you will be, or you will feel different. You will feel stronger, you will feel more beautiful, and you will feel good in your own skin, and you won't be afraid of showing it, of just being yourself and loving it. So, pile 1. This was your reading. I hope it inspires you and resonates. And let me know how it resonates with you in the comments below. And I wish you a wonderful time full of love. Thank you. So if you chose pile number 2, this is your reading. So what I see here, first of all, is a message of clarity and hope. And clarity I see here in these top cards here, these tarot cards. And we have the King of Fire. Yeah, and then we have, we have the Ace of Air, the King of Water. And we have then also the Sun. And what I see here is like a marriage between mind and heart. And this is with the Ace of Air. The Ace of Air is all about new beginnings, new ideas, new clarity. And then we have the King of Fire, a new passion, but not just a passion that's burning without direction and without purpose. Is like a steady fire. You know, that's like a strong foundation here. And when with the King of Waters, it's also this maturity. So is maturity combined with clarity, and is getting clearer ideas about the future. And it's also here like a bit like the feeling I'm getting is enduring, having the power to endure hardship, having the power to react in a mature and also positive way to what may be happening in your life, and also wanting to move forward. Oops. So here with the Pegasus, right, is also this wish to run away, so to say, from trouble. But here I wouldn't really stress the runaway part. Is for me, it's like ascending also any kind of trouble, but in a positive way, in a logical way, in a very sensible way as well. So we have these two kings, and these two kings here give this stability. They give you this maturity, this strong foundation in order to deal with your life in a more positive way, in a more constructive way. And then with the Sun, of course, the Sun brings light to your life. The Sun brings joy. The Sun brings spring as well, brings positive feelings and very warm feelings. So it's like you're getting into a more positive state of mind. And this is something that you need, because with these cards here, I have the feeling you may have times where you feel really low and really lonely, and you also feel fear. Fear of change, fear of what's really happening, fear for family members or friends, even fear for yourself. Living in times of uncertainty, and that's why you have here this card, orphaned. Orphaned is, like the name says, is having this feeling of being left alone, of having to do everything on your own and by yourself. And sometimes it's just the feeling of wanting a hug, wanting to share something, be it with a special person, be it with family, and or just being between and among kindred spirits, among people that you love, people that get you. And there's this feeling here of loneliness. And with the observer, it's like you're seeing life pass you by through a lens, or seeing a life in the world from a distance, which in the situation we're living in right now makes sense, because we many of us are now forced to isolations, not just social distancing. It's like really not allowed to get out of the homes. So this sense of loneliness or being cut off from the world can happen very quickly. But these cards are here telling you, they're actually giving you hope. Like I said, it's getting clarity in the situation and giving hope as well. And so we have the Wasp spirit. Sometimes life stings. Yeah, sometimes life is hard. Sometimes things happen that we weren't expecting, and all that we were planning for this year, for instance, just goes down the drain, and all our plans are on their heads, like they don't make sense anymore, and we have to find a new structure. We have to adapt to new situations. But vulture spirit is nothing is wasted. Nothing is wasted, because even if you couldn't follow up on some plans right now, or maybe if things got postponed, it's like the cards are saying it makes sense. Because the moment, life comes back to normal and everything starts to flow again, you'll see that time when it happens, it will be then the best time for it to happen. And you even enjoy it more. You even see it in a more positive way. And this is quite important for you to know. Sorry, I'm getting another message here. Yeah, because here with the Wasp card, it's like when things do not go our way, when, something crosses our plans or aims, we tend to get stuck in this resentment. We tend to, just be so upset or even depressed. And we have it here with the Orphan card, that, we aren't able to enjoy life. We aren't able to adapt in a positive way. And that's what the vulture spirit is saying. Adapt to the circumstances. If life gives you lemons, make lemonade out of it. And the cards are saying you can still be very creative in this situation. You can still reach out to people. So life just took on a different form, but you can still make the best out of it, right? And adapt it. But I think because of the upper cards, right, I think that you are able to do this. And another thing that I'm also getting with these two kings is like those who chose pile number 2 maybe have really heavy responsibilities. You're responsible, be it for your family or be it for projects, or you take on responsibilities. This can set you free, and this can this can make you happy as well, but can also be a burden. But if it gets too heavy, try to find some distance as far as you can, of course, but try to find some distance, try to find another perspective in order to come to this really light energy and to this really joyous energy again. And one way of doing this is, taking it easy. We have the Child card here. Is taking it easy is, to see all these changes, to see all that is happening in the world through curiosity, through a child's eyes, try to find this curiosity, this discovery spirit, this childlike attitude, and to see, okay, this is happening. How can I adapt to it? How can I flow with it as best as I can? And this will help you to come to this sun energy, right? To come to this joyous energy again. And one thing that the cards also say is, there is healing coming your way, emotional healing, spiritual healing, and also saying better times are coming, because we have then Yostre and new beginnings. These are new beginnings. And so better times are coming, and you can start again, and it will be easier if you adapt to the situations, of course, but it's up to you. Although maybe I sound like that right now, I'm just going with my own flow, but this reading is not supposed to tell you what to do. It's supposed to inspire you, right? Because you know your own truth. You know how you can react, right? Because you cannot force some reactions. So just go with your own heart, but know that even if adaptation or living your own reality right now may seem hard, may be difficult at times, things are getting better and nothing goes to waste, right? Because with this card, you can also have the feeling that you're wasting away opportunities, being in relationships, be it in career, be it even in traveling and visiting new places. But it's not wasted. Nothing is wasted. You can get upset and it's okay, but nothing is wasted. So don't fear that, okay? Don't fear that life is passing you by, because nothing is wasted. And you will heal from, for instance, depression or from your fears. These cards are really inviting you to take this opportunity even to heal past wounds, for instance, or even heal connections, because you can still reach out and try to make the best out of the situation, and also the connection with people, and make amends. And here with the new beginnings, this is again the promise that everything will be well, and that you will be able to start again. Like I said here, nothing is wasted. So your road ahead is actually, just to sum it up, is actually adapting to your new reality, is adapting to change the best you can. And you can do this in the moment that you can, unite your heart and your mind, right? And the best way is just to be curious about what's happening. Fear, it's a very normal reaction. Even I react like that sometimes. I'm also human. And so it's okay to have fear. It's okay to be afraid. But if you have this childlike trust, if you have this childlike curiosity, then this will help you to calm down, to get into this trust modus again. Because new beginnings are coming. The sun will shine again, and the sun will bring new light into the world again. So you just have to roll with it, flow with it this time, and trust that everything will be all right, because the cards are saying that it will. So I hope this inspired you. I hope it made sense to you, and I hope it resonates with you. If it did, then please let me know in the comments below. And I really wish you a wonderful time full of love. Thank you. So if you chose pile number 3, this is your reading. So your reading is quite positive, and I find really interesting these upper cards and the increase of color. So we come from a really pale white, or pale blue in this case, and to really strong red. Now, what this tells me is the improvement of the situation, and even through the seasons. And, it's going better and better. And when it comes to summer, end of spring, summer, it's like when the situation becomes really positive, when the worst is over, right? This is what I get from this grading of colors. So it's quite positive. And also in your emotional life, things are getting better. First of all, you're coming from a situation of not fitting in, of not feeling you're part of a group, of not wanting to be part of a group, of an ideology, of, you don't want to be swept away by crowd thinking. You're stepping away from that because you're a very independent person. You're very original as well, and you like to be yourself as well. And it's also here this distancing from other people. Maybe it has to do with the situation that we live right now, this social distancing, and you're doing your own thing. And here with the tower always speaks of sudden transformations, sudden changes, things that we weren't expecting. Although here in this deck, the tower is actually quite positive. It makes way for positive transformation, but it's always sudden events, things that we weren't expecting, and that can cross our plans and turn our life around, upside down. And you can be a bit insecure at first, but this is also giving you a wonderful opportunity of adapting the circumstances. And this is something that you will do in a very successful way, because we have here the Four of Earth is the Four of Pentacles usually, but here in this case it means that you're creating a very solid foundation. And you are creating a sense of security for yourself. You're refusing, again, to give in to fear. You're refusing to give in to mass hysteria. You're refusing to see things in a negative way and to be swept away by fear. So these transformations, right, you are reacting to them in a very positive way. You're creating your own solid foundation. And you're unshakable, right? You are clinging onto your positive beliefs. You're clinging onto your trust in the divine, in the universe, your trust in life as well. So you are here someone that people can look up to, actually, but also turn to when they feel afraid, when they feel insecure with all that is happening right now. With the Ace of Fire, you're also a source of inspiration, and it's like you're getting also new ideas and like a new sense of life, a new feeling for life as well. And again, this speaks of transformation, and also this speaks of not being afraid of transformation, not being afraid of the changes that at the moment are being imposed onto us, but they're also happening within you. They're also happening in your soul, in your heart, and in your mind as well. So you're actually discovering yourself to be a very strong person. And this is due to the fact that you decide to be in the here and now. You're not clinging on to the past. You're not worried about the future. You're just seeing things as they are, and you adapt to your reality in a very positive way. You just go with the flow. You see things how they are, and you don't make them worse than they are, and you don't make them more positive than they are. You just, you act, or I'm searching for the word, I'm sorry. You create with the resources that you have at the moment. And this makes you someone who's very in touch with themselves. You're very in touch with your inner balance. So you're a very balanced person at the moment, or you're becoming it now. in this time. So you're discovering a side of you that's very strong, very stable, and also very pragmatic, and very calm, very serene. And you live day by day with a positive attitude. And this is really beautiful. And you see here this beautiful girl here, she's sitting on an egg. And this egg is also an opportunity. It's like you're being invited into this opportunity of being in the here and now. It's just being. So it's a very Zen attitude. And this, I find it then interesting because we have then this hatched egg. So she's sitting on an egg, it's like preparing it, not being bothered by the past or by the future, just preparing your projects, your ideas, your aims, your way of being, and then you're like reborn. You have this new life, and then it's a new attitude towards life. This is also a new feeling. It's a new purpose as well. And then we have this beautiful card here with the Nightingale spirit. Love is all around. So you are able to see beauty even in the smallest things. You're able to see the positive side of every situation. And with love is all around, then music may be very important to you, for you to stay stable, for you to stay sane as well. But with these notes reaching out, I have the feeling that you have or you are creating a beautiful network of friends, of family members. So you're always in contact with one another. So you never feel alone, because you create and use this network in order to spread joy, to spread laughter as well, and to spread this feeling of being together, that people are not alone and they always have love around them and also around you as well. And another thing I find interesting, this card here, very similar to the here and now, is the Witness. Because again, like we said earlier, you are not surrendering to mass hysteria. You're not surrendering to groupthink, and you don't want to be afraid. So what you do, you observe. You observe what's really happening, and you also create your own opinion, and you try to see it also from different perspectives, and then you can see then clearly what you have to do, what you can do in the situation, and also out of this situation, what you can create, and how you can create again this solid platform for yourself. But what's really interesting throughout this message is this: no need to be afraid, no need to fear the situation, and there's new life coming. So it's like telling you the situation will improve. No matter what situation you are involved in, it may be that you are also in this social distancing and containment situation, but not everyone who's watching the video will have this reality. But no matter what situation you're in, the situation is improving because you're feeling stronger. Things happened quite quickly, things out of your control, but you decided to take the reins of the situation and to create a safe haven for yourself and for the people that you love, for your friends, and even for people that you don't even know. You are able to create a safe haven and to spread a message of trust, a message of light for these people. You can be a beacon of light for many people. And this because you are at peace with yourself. You observe, but you don't let yourself be swept away by insecurities, by mass hysteria. That's the word I'm getting the whole time. So because you are very centered, you are very balanced, you can stay calm in this situation and able to spread this love, and also to get new ideas and have this zest for life, like you have this lust for life and you want to share it with the people around you, right? This is really beautiful. Then we have the Aphrodite card, romantic love. Yes. Also romantic love is playing major part in your life. And for some of you, no matter what situation you're in, you're still able to find love, even new love. And if it's not new love that you'll find, is like you're deepening an existing love, or you can even reconnect to, with lost loves, or, like old flames. And because, again, you're reaching out to the world, you're reaching out to all your friends and making sure that they're safe, and you're spreading these messages of light and safety. And then by reaching out to many people, and people that probably you didn't have so much contact with in the past, this can ignite a romantic connection, or reignite in some cases. But if you are in a relationship, this relationship will deepen now with this time, this bond of trust, of loyalty, of caring, of worshipping. In some cases, I'm getting that as well, will deepen, it will become stronger. And this is also an opportunity for you, through this situation, through this phase in your life, to get more in touch with your feminine side. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, with your feminine side. And with the feminine side here, getting like self-care, getting like beauty care. You have time to really groom yourself, to get in shape, to treat your body well, and to make yourself beautiful, and to make yourself feel beautiful and more attractive in your own eyes. So because the moment you feel better, you feel more beautiful as well. And this is what you're aiming for here in this situation. And again, this will make you more attractive because you're shining brightly. That's what I'm getting here with this deck. You're shining very bright, and this will attract people, and even new friendships will be able to be formed during this time. So this is really beautiful. And also getting support from some projects. Especially when you're creative or artistic projects, you will get support and people who want to join your vision and to help you make it a reality. So pile 3, this was your reading. I hope it inspires you and it resonates. If it resonates, please let me know in the comments below. And I wish you a wonderful time full of love. Thank you. So if you chose pile number 4, this is your reading. And again, like in pile number 3, well, what I see here immediately is this change in color from the first cards here. It comes from really pale blue to really deep red, or orange in this case. But what tells me is like a betterment in situation, in your situation. And here again, I have the feeling of summer, late spring, summer, when things really get going. And we even have the Chariot here saying, portraying movement and moving ahead in life as well. So this is for me a very positive sign how things are going to get better and soon, right? And so let's start here with the King of Air. We have the King of Air, the 10 of Air, the Ace of Earth, and the Chariot. So here for me, it says you're coming from a situation of endings. Something ended, something changed, even abruptly in your life. You had to let go of something, and you're probably still working on this. You're trying to see things from a logical point of view, from an intellectual side. And it's for you at the moment the best way to deal with the situation. Because with the King of Air is very mature and is also logical, and it portrays the truth as well. And here's also showing how everything is interconnected, how the past influences the present and also the future. It's like everything is about karma, put it that way. It's like how everything is a consequence of what happened before in our linear timeline. But so here with the Ten of Air is the chance or having to let go of something. And the process isn't easy. It wasn't easy, and you're still dealing with it. But it's something that you know you have to do, and you're trying to deal with it the best way you can. And here in this case, it's putting the intellect over emotions, right? So you try to distance yourself from your emotions in order to deal with it in a positive way. And this is actually working, right? It can be hard, but it's working because we have the Ace of Earth, and aces are always the sign of new beginnings. And with Earth is material, right? And is a foundation, creating strong foundations. So what you're starting now, and if not now, you will see it in the very near future, is you're creating a very strong foundation for yourself. You're laying a new foundation, and you're stronger, you're rising stronger. And this is exactly what this card here, the Chariot, I'll bring it closer, here means. In this deck, it means I have fallen and risen. So here the situation may be really hard, or may have been hard at first, but you're creating new strength, you're creating a new purpose, you're creating a new sense of self-value, and you're rising up and you're empowering yourself. So you're bringing these two horses, the black one and the white one. They usually symbolize the inner conflict, like the mind and the heart, for instance. They're not really opposites, but bringing them together is not always easy, especially for us in our culture. But you're able to do this. You're able to find your strength. You're able to find opposing forces within yourself to cooperate with one another and to bring them forward. So there is success coming. You know, you will be able to heal from the situation. You'll be able to master the situation. And this situation can also propel you further in a creative way. And with the Ace of Earth, this can also mean new projects or new life brought into the present projects or even past projects. And so you'll have new strength, a new life, and you're even able to make an impact in the world. You're able to be an inspiration for other people. You're able to stand strong. And also a bit similar, like pile 3, I mean, is like be a beacon of light for others, and a beacon of life as well, because maybe your way of life and your way of seeing life is inspiring for other people, which is great. This is just amazing. So it's like you're coming out stronger of this situation. You're coming out stronger of this sudden change that happened, and of letting go of old ways of living and also old partnerships, for instance, right? And like I said, not an easy process, but you're dealing with it in a very positive way, and you're really coming out stronger out of it and with new life. And this is like confirmed here with this regeneration. So you see this tree, it's like this tree has been burned to the ground. You almost thought this tree was dead, but it isn't. You see these new leaves coming. So there's still life in this tree. And regeneration means healing, and also means a second chance. So it's like a new life coming in, a second life. And now is even more passionate, because you're being propelled by the pain and by the hurt you've experienced in the past. This makes you stronger, and this makes your purpose also more focused and more able to succeed. There's another passion behind it. There's another strength behind it. So you're very focused to succeed. You're very focused to come out stronger out of the situation and to be alive, but full of life, right? It's not just being alive and living or surviving. No, it's full of life, full of purpose, full of passion. And you're using this time also of recuperation or of healing, to imagine and plan what you want manifesting in your world. But this manifesting is not just, daydreaming and maybe one day, who knows? No, you're really planning. You're really using your imagination skills in order to draw a plan, to prepare a project. You're seeing your life as a project as well, and you can see every part of it. You can even see every step of it, what steps you have to take. So it's like you're visualizing all these steps in order to manifest them, right? And this requires you also to be very present and to be very honest with yourself. And coming to honesty, we have the swan, time for a deep dive. This deep dive is also a deep dive in truth and honesty to yourself. What do you really want in your life? Is what these two cards are asking. What do you want manifesting? So you're diving into yourself. You're diving into your own nature. Sorry for that. And you're really like digging for gold. You're digging for that treasure, and that treasure is your own life. That treasure is your intention. What do you really want in your life? And this is what you're discovering. This is what will be your intent, your intention. This is what will make you stronger. And then with the end spirit is like you don't have to do it alone. Even if you feel alone at times, you can always reach out to other people, and you have it here, time to collaborate. So collaborating with other people, even if from a distance. But with the technology nowadays, you're never alone. So you can always reach out and you can always ask for help. And this is what the card is telling you. If you need help in any way, ask for it. People will come and help you. It's like a guarantee from this card. And also, if you have ideas for projects, or if you like to brainstorm with people or just get involved in fun activities, reach out. You won't be alone, and people will support you, because this is a time, according to the cards, for you to co-create with other people. And here with the Ace of Earth, this will be projects that have a solid foundation. This will be something that is really worth your while. This will something that will make you happy and proud and strong. This is really beautiful. And you can even, contact with people from other countries. You can even contact people from all over the world. It will be an interchange of ideas, of creativity, and it's something that will be fun for you. So you're growing at an incredible speed. You are accepting everything as it is, and you're making the best out of it. It's like I said, it's a new life. This is a new you. You're reinventing yourself, and this is just amazing. So much power behind it, so much lust, and so much I didn't even find the word. It's beautiful. And here with the circle is very, sorry for that again, it's very here similar, or it actually reinforces the message of collaborating, because the circle is really reaching out to other people, letting other people also into your circle, and making sure that you're surrounded by people that really get you, that really want your best, and that are there for you, and also being there for other people, which brings us then to the message of Kuan Yin, compassion. And Kuan Yin is a Chinese ascended master, and she stands for compassion. And it's like this unconditional love for humanity. Now, here is also asking you or inviting you to find that unconditional love for yourself. And then we have again the swan spirit. Swan spirit is taking a deep dive into yourself and rediscover or discover for the very first time how lovable you are, how wonderful you are. Rediscover your own magic and let it take over you and give you the strength that probably you were looking elsewhere, and then you had to leave that behind because it wasn't giving you what you needed. It was a situation or a relationship, it doesn't matter. So it wasn't acknowledging the wonderful person that you are. And now with this second life, you're realizing that for yourself. And the moment you have this integrated in your own nature, no one can bring it down. No one can destroy you. No one can burn you down anymore because you know your own worth, you know your own value, and you're very, very strong. And you've fallen, but you've risen again. So this is so powerful. This is fantastic. And you also attract the people, that are the right ones for you, be it relationship-wise or project-wise, because you're reaching out to people. You're not afraid anymore of reaching out, asking for help. And you'll have a circle of friends, you have a community, a soul tribe that will be there for you. So you won't be alone. And the compassion card, Kuan Yin, there's also the question here, how can I help others? How can I be of service to others? And in the times we're living, this is also a very important question. How can I be there, be it on a material sense, like showing solidarity in helping people, like getting the groceries, or being there for them and lending time, to listen to people and being on the phone or FaceTime or whatever you have. Or is it like, for instance, some of you make videos, and with important messages for the people, be it also readings like this, or just opinions, or just showing what they can do with their time, how can they improve their life quality. So I see here a lot of energy moving, a lot of new ideas, creative ideas, in order to serve others, in order to inspire others as well, to be reborn and to become creators of their own lives. And because this is what you're becoming. And it doesn't mean that first you have to become and then do it, because you can learn it by doing it. When you inspire other people, you're actually inspiring yourself as well. So it's all a co-creating, again, collaboration. It's all a co-creating. You just have to do it. If you have that passion, if you have the idea, and if you have the impulse, just do it, because it will be very well accepted, and it will be, again, a beacon of light to the world. So, pile number 4, this was your reading. I hope it inspires you, and I hope it resonates with you. If it resonates, then let me know in the comments. And I wish you a wonderful time full of love. Thank you.